to everyone out there choosing ones. I have something, authentic, unique for us choosing ones today. They thought it won't be over. They thought the battle won't be over. They thought the rejection would be over. They thought the delay won't be over. But let me tell you, it shocked them because it is over. You know what I'm saying? It shocked them because it's accurately what over. The delay is over. The disappointment is what is over. And that is why they are wondering, how do you do it? Let me tell you two things. Majority of people who thought it won't be over, that all will never be over, but trust me, they are wondering, how do you do it? They are wondering, how come you are able to overcome the storms? How come you are able to overcome the delay, How come you are able to overcome the disappointment? How come you are able to overcome the rejection? It is something that is obviously what's surprising them. Majority of people are accurately so shocked because the years that the canker worms and caterpillars have destroyed, God is taking over. That what they thought will destroy you, what they thought will damage you, it's not something that God is using to bless you. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you, choosings. It is something that is obviously what hurting a lot of people up there, because everything is getting what better instead of what worse. You know what I'm saying? It is over. Disappointment is over. Betrayed is over. The time of what rejection is what is accurately what over. And that is why they are humiliated. How come you are able to make it? How come you are able to do it without them? But let me tell you, there are a lot of people who thought you will never be able, to succeed and excel, progress without them. But what shocked them is that God refused to take permission from them before he blessed you. God refused to take permission from them before he do what? He blessed you. And this is why they are absolutely so filled with anger. This is why majority of people around you are deeply regretting all that they have said behind you. Because they thought everything will become worse. But God decides to disappoint their devices. God decides to do what? To let them know that he made you, he formed you, and he can still bless you without them. You know what I'm saying? This is why you need to understand that God is perfectly what marvelous in your sight. And it is something that is shocking a lot of people, because they never believe that you will absolutely be able to do it. They never believe, oh, thank you very much, I truly appreciate. May the Lord bless you richly. You know what I'm saying? So they never believe that you will accurately be able to do it. They never thought you will absolutely be able to do it. But God in his own accurate way, God in his own marvelous way, disappoint with their devices. And this is why they are filled with what? With pain. This is why majority of people around you are absolutely filled with anger. Because what they thought will break you, what they thought will destroy you, what they thought will be your end, it's not something that God is using to elevate you. Their thought is over. They thought everything concerning you, the time of you to be blessed is over because of what? Because of the fact that they don't believe. They thought the time of you to receive breakthrough is over. They thought everything will become worse. But God in his own accurate way disappoint them. And that is why they are indeed so frustrated. Because trust me, I'm just sharing the video. Please kindly help me to share it to as many as you can. You know what I'm saying? So it is something that is absolutely surprising a lot of people up there. It is something that is absolutely what? Shocking them, because they never believe that things will turn around for your good. They never believe that things will become absolutely what? Absolutely great. You know what I'm saying? So it is something that is what? That is absolutely, frustrating them, because all the years that the canker worms and caterpillar have destroyed, all that they thought you will never be able to accomplish, all that they thought you will never be able to get, the way they thought your life will be without them is not the way it is. Because trust me, you are what? You are indeed a destiny what? A destiny child. And despite of that, there are people who earnestly believe that let's see how your destiny, your greatness, your purpose will accurately be fulfilled without them. There are people who believe that you will never be able to make it without them. There are people who believe that you will never be able to go far without them. But what shocked them is that God disappoints them. And that is why majority of people around you, that is why they are now filled with anger. That is why majority of people around you are now absolutely so pissed off, because all that they thought will break you is not something that God is using to elevate you. It's not something that God is using to equip you. They thought that disappointment won't be over. They thought that delay will never be over. They thought that rejection will never be over. They thought everything about you, as long as they are not with you, or as long as they hate you, things will become worse. But what is really annoying them today is that nothing is getting worse. Rather, everything is getting better. Because God refused to take permission from your enemies. God refused to take permission from those who pretend to love you. God refused to take permission from those who thought you will never go far without them. God refused to take permission from those who are secretly angry, but publicly smiling with you. It is something that is obviously annoying a lot of people up there, because the way they thought your life will be, the way they thought your life will end, is not exactly the way it is. Now they have fully come to understand why we do used to sing that song. There is something that make me come into your presence, my helper. Oh, my helper, there is something that make us come into your presence, our healer. My helper, my helper, my healer, my healer. There is something that make me come into your presence, my helper. You know what I'm saying? They thought it is over. They were secretly watching, hoping that let's see how you will do it. But now they understand that our God is supersede than all. Now they fully come to understand that our God is great. Now they have fully come to understand that there may not be the rain, there may not be the wind, but the valley will accurately filled with water. They never believe that you will be absolutely be blessed. They never thought you will do what you will receive it. All their expectation was to hear bad news. All their expectation was to hear that things become worse. All their expectation was to hear that you lose in one angle to another. But God keep disappointing their devices. God keep disappointing their evil expectation. God keep disappointing them, and that is why they are absolutely filled with with frustration. So let me tell you, chooses. There are a lot of people who were secretly so happy because all their mindset, all their hope was that you will never make it. All their thought was that you will never excel. You will never be able to get it. But God disappointed them. God disappoint them. Because trust me, there are a lot of people who are so ignorant of the fact that they don't know who made us. There are a lot of people who believe that you will never be able to do it. There are a lot of people who believe that you will never be able to do it, to win, to succeed. But God keep disappointing their devices. God keep disappointing their evil plot. God keep disappointing them, and that is why they are filled with anger. There are a lot of people who believe that let's see how you will be excelling. Let's see how you will progress. Let's see how you will do it, succeed. But God keep disappointing them with their devices. God keep disappointing them in all angles. God keep disappointing them in all what areas. And that is why they are exactly so angry. Why do you ought to be blessed? Why do you ought to succeed without us? Why do you ought to prove us wrong? They never believe that who can battle with the Lord? Who can battle with the Lord? Who can battle with the Lord? I say nobody. Hey, who can battle with the Lord? Who can battle with the Lord? Who can battle with the Lord? I say nobody. You know, that is why I love God. It does not matter what people are saying behind you. It does not matter who concluded you. It does not matter who ran their mouth against you, or who said within them, you will never be able to make it. You will never be able to go far. But let me tell you, when God arises, every tongue do or disappear. This is why you need to understand whether people are telling you you are going to fail, whether people are telling you you will never be able to make it, whether people are telling you you will never be able to do better than us, or whether people are telling you as long as we live you will never succeed. You don't argue with garbages. Don't argue with foes, because they have eyes but they can't see. They have ear, they can't hear. Why? Because what a marvelous God, what a marvelous God, He has done marvelous thing for us. What a marvelous God, what a marvelous God has done marvelous thing for us. Father, to you be all the glory. Hey, oh, be all the honor. Baba, oh, receive all the glory. Honor, adoration forevermore. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that God is absolutely working marvelously in your life, because there are a lot of people who have concluded you. There are a lot of people who have thought that you will never amount for something. There are a lot of people who believe, let's see how you will keep on succeeding. Let's see how you will keep on making it. But God disappoints them. Trust me, there are a lot of people today who thought it won't be over. That delay will never be over. That disappointment will never be over. That situation will never be over. But God disappoints them. God disappoints them. That is why many of them are secretly wondering, how come you are able to do it? How come you are able to make it? How come you are able to prove them wrong? How come you are able to excel despite of all that they have made behind you? Despite of all that they have did, but yet you refuse to go down. Because let me tell you the fat truth. There are many people who are earnestly so happy. There are many people who are earnestly so filled with joy, because all that they were thinking, all that they were having in their mind is to, all that they are now doing within them is just that, things will become what worse, so that they will do what they will absolutely keep celebrating, so that they will be secretly jubilating. But God disappoint them. God absolutely disappoint their devices. Because let me just be real with you. There are many people who are absolutely so filled with anger, because the way God keep blessing you, the way God keep enlarging all that you are doing is something that is absolutely annoying them. Why do you ought to be blessed? Why do you ought to do better than us? Why do you ought to excel? And that is why the majority of people up there are secretly so angry. That is why a lot of people up there is secretly so pissed off, because what they meant for evil is not something that God is using to bless you. What they thought will break you is not something that God is using to elevate you. Where they thought you will fail is where you are winning. Because many of us have no idea how many people up there who are earnestly expecting to celebrate our pain. How many people up there who are expecting to celebrate our delay. Who are expecting to celebrate, one thing to another, but God disappoints the devices. Because trust me, there are a lot of people up there who are so annoyed because the way you are blessed, they can't tell why. The way you are favored, they can't tell why. Despite of all that they have done, despite of all that they have did, but yet you are still blessed. Yet you are still favored. You know what I'm saying? So, despite of all, there are indeed still wondering how come you are too blessed. How come you are so favored that your own joy, your own happiness, your own sources give them sleepless night. That everything about you is something that is absolutely giving some people sleepless night. It's something that is giving majority of people out there sleepless night. Why do you ought to do without us? Why do you ought to succeed without us? Why do you ought to make it without us? Why is it that where we thought you will fail, you keep winning? Where we thought you will lose, you keep succeeding? Because let me tell you, chooses, you have no idea how many people up there who are secretly so frustrated because everything about you is blessed. Everything within you is blessed. You're going out and you're coming in is exactly what blessed. And they never believe. They never thought you will absolutely be blessed the way you are blessed today. They never thought you will exactly be blessed the way you are blessed today. So I dropped my new channel because I saw something here. You know what I'm saying? So that is why I decided to drop the link. That is my new channel where I am uploading the work of my hand, because someone said I should get a job. So that is why I decided to drop that channel. Wait, let me pin it. So that is why I decide to drop it. Oh, I can't pin two at the same time. But nevertheless, you can also do what? Help me to subscribe to that new channel. And also watch my handwork, you know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, I will be posting a lot of stuff in that channel. I'll be showing you some places here in Italy, like in the summer, this is where I am. So because of that, I will try my best to rent a boat where I will be showing you things inside the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So what am I trying to tell you is this: the way you are blessed, choosing one, is something that is absolutely annoying a lot of. That is why I always tell us choosings, don't hate those who thought or who are expecting you to hate them because you are blessed. Don't hate those who don't believe in you, who are trying to make you look like you can never be like them. Don't hate those who don't understand where God is taking you to. Because trust me, there are a lot of people who are earnestly devastated, pissed off, because God is blessing you beyond what their expectation. Because God is blessing you beyond their thought. Because there are many people who thought it will never be over, that the disappointment will never be over, that the delay will never be over. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who believe, let's see how you will be able to excel. Let's see how you will be able to amount for something. Let's see how you will be able to elevate. But God, in his own word, accurate way, disappoint them. That is why a lot of people today, you need to understand that they are secretly so wondering. Why? Because the disappointment is over. The betrayal is over. The rejection is over. The obstacles is over. All that they thought will break you is not something that God is using to elevate you. That is why I always tell us, be careful of those whom you hang around with, because there are a lot of people who are earnestly waiting for you to join them. Because let me just be real with you. There are a lot of people who are earnestly hoping for you to join them. They want you to be best of the same feather. Why do you keep believing the fact that you are going to be greater? You are going to be successful? Why do you believe that everything, all that we thought will keep you down, we keep lifting you up? Why do you ought to have that faith? That your own peace of mind is the cause why majority of people out there are having sleepless nights. Trust me, the joy of the Lord in your life is something that is serving them heartbreak. This is something that many of us need to understand. That there are many people who are so jealous of you. All is because of the fact that all that they thought will break you, all that they thought will destroy you, all that they thought will damage you, is not something that God is using to elevate you. Because now, let me tell you, majority of people have finally come to understand through you as a choosing that what God cannot do does not do what exists. Majority of people up there have fully come to agree within them that through you that what God cannot do does not do what exists. Because they were there when the storm was so heavy. They were there when the disappointment was rolling around. They were there when the delay keep increasing. They were there when the obstacle, the storm, everything was around you. But now that the glory of God have overshadowed the story, that is why many of them are wondering, how do you do it? How? Because our help comes from the Lord, who have made heaven and earth. Because the Bible said the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. And what shocked them is that God refused to take permission from them. That is why many of them are singing, there is something about this God that you serve. There is something about him. Because where they thought you will fail, God keep promoting you. Where they thought you will do what you will earn, it's not something that God is using to elevate you. That is why majority of people around you today are absolutely wondering, how do you do it? Because they thought the time for you to be blessed is over. They thought the time for you to be favored is over. They thought the time for you to be elevated is over. But God disappointed them. God exactly disappointed them. And that is why they are indeed filled with so much anger. That is why majority of people around you are exactly, accurately filled with pain. Because God keep promoting you. God keep enlarging your coast. Despite of their hating, despite of the fact that they hate you, despite of the fact that they don't want you, despite of the fact that they don't need you. But yet God still do what blessed you. So you need to understand that there are a lot of people up there who are like, how do you keep making it? We never thought you would be able to do it without us. We never thought you would be able to excel without us. We never thought we would be able to amount for something without us. But today, they are tired of counting your blessings. They are tired of counting your blessing, bro. Because all their expectations fall apart. Because what shocked them is that our God is too busy, is too great to take permission from them before he bless his own. Hey, aka wakaya, hey, aka Jehovah name ma, hey, orebu ya, kaina gori na goria, hey, isi di kendo. Kaina titi ya tata baba aka wakaya aka Jehovah nemema owero yemburibuzo daddy owero yemburibuzo robara waturu. You know what I'm saying? It is something that is obviously annoying a lot of people up there, because the way you are blessed, they can't tell why. The way you are favored, they can't tell why. Onwero nyemburibuzo baba, onwero nyemburibuzo, hey, onwero nyemburibuzo obara waturu. The Lord reign now, let the world tremble. Our God reign now, let the world tremble. Jehovah reign now, let the earth tremble. God reign now, let the world tremble. You know what I'm saying? It is something that is, that is annoying a lot of people up there. It is something that is making life unconducive for them, because the way you are blessed, they can't tell why. The way the blessings of God keep running in your life, they can't explain. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are waiting to celebrate your end. There are a lot of people who are waiting to celebrate your delay. There are a lot of people who are waiting to celebrate your pain, but God disappoints them. God accurately will disappoint the devices. And that is why majority of people up there are accurately so angry. Why do you ought to do better than you used to do before? Why is it that the day they start to hate you, the day they start to envy you, the day they start to jealous of you, that mark the beginning of your greatness? Because they thought if they hate you, that will be the end of your prosperity. Their thought was that the day they will start to envy you, that will mark the beginning of your disappointment. There's some people thought, as long as they don't love you, you will never be able to do it. You will never be able to excel. You will never be able to succeed. But everything about you disappoints them. Everything about you today is something that is giving them sleepless night. Because you are too blessed to be like them. Because they don't have what it takes to keep you where they thought you would be. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people whom we know absolutely, they have what it takes to support you. But they will prefer to be monitoring you. They will prefer to be watching you to see how you will do it. There are a lot of people within that they can support me, they can do it, they can help me, but they will refuse. Why? Because they don't want you to do better than them. They don't want you to excel better than them. They don't want you to grow to that point where you start to do what you are called to do. But God disappoints them. God absolutely disappoints their devices. And that is why majority of people up there can never love you. That is why majority of people up there can never be happy with you. Because the way you are blessed, they can't tell why. The way you are favored, they can't explain. Because all that they meant for evil is not something that God is using to elevate you. Where they thought you will fail is now where God is promoting you. Because let me tell you, choosings, there are a lot of people who have automatically concluded you. There are a lot of people who thought you will never in your lifetime do what you are called to do as long as they don't support you. But God Almighty keep disappointing them. There are a lot of people who ought to do what? Assist you, but just because of envy and jealousy, they prefer to be monitoring you. They prefer to be watching you to see if you will absolutely be able to amount for something without them. To see if you will be able to go far without them. But God disappoints them. That is why you need to understand, even that little one you have, even that one that you are able to provide for yourself, you are able to care for yourself, you are able to do, you are able to present a table, prepare a table for yourself. It sometimes is something that is hurting a lot of people. That is why I'm always telling you, choosing. You need to be grateful for what you have. Whether it's little or not little, whether it's small or not small, be grateful. Because there are a lot of people who are secretly so angry. How do you want to get all these things? How come you're able to achieve this thing? How come you're able to pay your bill? How come you're able to do well without us? We never expected you to do well without us. We never expected you to do great without us. How come you are doing it? That your own personal life, that your own ways of doing, that the blessings of God in your life is something that is giving majority of people around you sleepless night. It's something that is making a lot of people around you have what? Sleepless night every day, because they don't expect you to be blessed without them. They don't expect to hear good things from you. That all that they are hoping, all that they are expecting is just bad news. But God disappoints them. God absolutely disappoints them. That what they meant for evil, all that they have said to do or to draw you down, is not something that God is using to elevate you. Because let me tell you, there are many battles that God is fighting, spiritually and physically. There are many things that God is doing that we ourselves, we have no idea of. There are a lot of people who are around you today. The reason why they are there is just because they are there waiting to hear what bad news, waiting to celebrate you, waiting to celebrate your pains, waiting to celebrate your suffer, waiting to celebrate one thing to another, waiting to hear that things are becoming what worst. But God keep disappointing them. God absolutely keep what? Disappointing their devices. And that is why they are so filled with anger. That is why majority of people around you can never be in a good time with you. That is why they can never love you. Because the way you are blessed is something that, they thought you don't merit. Is it the good head? Because let me tell you, there are many people who were this early morning. There are a lot of people who were earnestly hoping to hear bad news. But God, in His own absolute way, disappoint them. Because trust me, there are a lot of people who are earnestly believing that by this time you will absolutely be stranded. By this time, they will be hearing that things are no longer what going well for you. Things are no longer what doing, these are no longer what becoming great. But God disappoint them. God disappoints their devices. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people who believe, as long as we live, let's see how you will be able to pay your bill. You will be able to pay your children was school fees. You will be able to do stuff. You will be able to do this. But God keep disappointing them, that they don't know how you keep doing it. That they don't know how you keep making it. Here is 150. That is PM to 2 in the afternoon. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it is something that is annoying a lot of people up there, because the way you are blessed, the way God keep what promoting you, the way God keep what enlarging your blessing, the way God keep what blessing you is something that they can't tell why. That is why majority of people up there are secretly so regretting why they concluded you too early. That is why a lot of people up there are secretly so pissed off, because you are too blessed and they can't tell why. You are too favored and they can't explain. Because what they meant to destroy you is not something that God is using to elevate you. What they thought would terminate you is not something that God is using to furnish your life, to bring out the best in you. That is why I always tell us, choosing ones, listen, you have to do it. We have to try our best not to depend on people. Trust me. Because we are not made to depend on no one. That is why Jesus said to the apostles, he said, leave it all and follow me. Because let me tell you, there are many people who believe that without them you will not be able to do or to sustain. There are a lot of people who believe without them you won't be able to pay your bills. That is why we need to work earnestly. That is why we need to try our best to figure out our purpose on planet Earth. That is why we need to we need to do it. We'll be focused wherever you go. Be vigilant. Don't try to fit in with people. Don't try to do what other people are doing. Because the best way to conquer, these people, the best way to prove them wrong is you doing what no one is think of doing. Is you figuring out your purpose. Because when you are able to figure out your purpose, even if you are still working under them, before they talk to you, they will reason twice. Trust me. It may sound or somehow, but when you are able to focus, to fulfill, when you are able to discover your calling, even if you are under someone, you are working under them, before they try to talk trashed on you, they will think twice. They will think twice. That is why you as a choosing, you need to do it. You need to figure out, do all you can do. Put in your best every day. It does not matter. It does not matter how many years it may take you. Try to figure out what your purpose. Try to figure out your best. Yes, many people will look down on you on the way. Majority of people will try to make sure you are not able to, to fulfill it, but don't look at them. Even the devil will try to use people whom you believe so much, people whom you look up to so much, people whom you may be thinking that they will encourage you, but don't look at them, because they don't know what God is or where God is taking you to. Be vigilant. You got what I'm saying? So be vigilant. Don't let no one up there deceive you, because the future is bright for you. No matter what you are going through today, trust me, no matter how many times you are being disappointed, no matter where you are being rejected, no matter what is going on in your life, winner will always win. That is why, let me tell you, winner always focus on winning, while losers always focus on what winners. So as long as you are a winner, they will focus on you. This is something that many of us need to understand. That is one of the greatest signs that you are called to win. Because people who are losers will always focus on you. So people will look like, why you are doing greater? Why you are? Because they know that you are a winner, and they will always focus on you. Winner always focused on winning. Losers always focused on winners. So as long as you are a winner, people will always focus on you. That is to tell you that indeed you are called to win. You are not called to lose. That's why you need to be focused. Don't even bother whether they hate you. Don't even think of whether they exist. You don't say it. You don't need to bother, bro. You don't need to be upset because of the fact that there are some people who don't understand you. Because the truth is that they won't understand. You get me? They won't understand. Because you are called to do or to win. You are called to do or to succeed. Let them keep doing, let them keep hating us. Because it is the part of our greatness. Some people will be like, we hate you, but you are not noticing it. All this our hating, you think we like you? We don't even like you. We are pretending. The truth is that we are too blessed to focus on your hating. We are too favored to recognize whether you hate us or you don't hate us. Because the blessings of God is too much. We are not able, look at it, we are not even able to count the blessings. You know, God make it clear. He said, count your blessings and name it one by one. And I can't remember. Okay, if I stand now to be counting my blessing, I cannot even, to be real with you, I can't count it. God gave me weakness, I can't count it. I can't count how many battles that God have battles. I can't name it. And someone will be like, you are not even noticing that we hate you. You don't even know. You smile with us. You eat with us. You dance with us. You do stuff with us, but you don't know that we hate you. I don't care. Why will I bother? When the blessings of God around me is greater than what is bigger than what I can count. And some of them will be like, we will keep hating you. Keep hating me. That is okay. We love it. Don't tell them to stop. Listen, don't tell no one to stop hating you. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this secret once again. Don't tell them to stop hating you. Do you know that without a fuel, car cannot move on? Without them hating you, you can't understand that there are things you won't be able to do. So that is to tell you that don't tell them this. We need them. We need them to hate us. Because when people are hating you, that is when you will run faster. Because let's just be real. If you are moving on the street, you are walking with your, you are just walking with leg, passing around. And you see people who hate you, and you don't know that they hate you. You greet them. Good morning, brother. How are you? I hope all is well. I hope everything is going well. And you are walking. And they say, yes, all is well, all is well. They just keep they become annoyed like this. You don't know, you greet us like this. You greet us with our whole heart. You don't know that we hate you. They make the journey become so smooth. You just move even without knowing that you are moving. You just move. Boom. My dad used to tell me that when you meet those who hate you, that is when the journey becomes more sweeter. Because nothing will stop you. Nothing will do it. Nothing will stop you a little bit. You just move faster. View. That is to tell you that we need them. Let them keep hating us. Why we keep us succeeding? Sometimes when God is blessing you, when God is elevating you, when God is promoting you, the way to know it is when people are secretly stalking you, monitoring you. That is when you will understand that you are indeed blessed. Mostly when those whom you look up to you start to get jealous, that is when you know that you are gifted. Not only you are blessed. When those who you are looking up to, you are hoping that you know within you that in all you look up to them. You look up to them. You trust them. You are now. You take them as your mentor. You take them as your inspirator. But yet you start wondering, how come they are jealous of me? How come? Does that mean the way I look, the way I do this? It does that mean the way I dress? But I don't dress expensive. I thought I look local. But how come they are now what? How come they are now jealous of me like this? But I don't have money to buy what they buy. I don't have money to look the way they look. Why is it that they are envying me? It's not because of the fact that they are envying you. It's not because of the fact that they are jealous of you. It's because of the fact that the glory of God is exposing them. They are not your friend right from the day one. It is the glory of God that is exposing them. You can't say. So that is how you need to. That is when you need to understand that you are not only blessed, you are favored. That is why when you look at the story of Christ, the Bible said in the book of Matthew, it said, hopefully what Mary, thou have found a favor. You are not only what blessed, you are favored automatically. Some of them will be like, we hate you, but yet you don't recognize it. We hate you, but yet you don't understand. We will keep hating you. We will keep disliking you. We will keep disliking you. We don't even care. We will keep disliking you. You are evil. You are not bad. You are bad. We don't want you. We don't want you. But yet they will still be copying you. Yet they will not still do what? They will not still let you go. Yet they will still be eyeing you. Look at the way she dressed. She look good though. But we are not going to admire. We are not going to admit. We are not going to give her credit. She blessed. She blessed. We prefer to be what? To hate her. You are not good. You are not good. You are evil. You are evil. They will be crying and be smiling. That is to tell you that the blessings of God make it riches and added no sorrow. You come saying? You come saying? So you need to understand that there are a lot of people who are absolutely so offended because the way you are blessed, they can't tell why. The way you are favored, they can't explain because the blessings of God keep making meaning in your life. The blessings of God keep making wonders in your life. We thought the end of your blessing is over. You are blessed yesterday. And now we are still hearing good news about you. What kind of God are you serving? That your God keep blessing you every day? What kind of God are you serving that everywhere you go you are favored? Everywhere you go, everything you do you are favored? Hey God! That many people cannot count the blessings of God in your life. That majority of people around you are tired of counting and naming your blessing. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people around us today who are absolutely so annoyed because the way you are blessed is something that they can't tell why. The way you are favored is something that they can't explain. When their thought is over, that is when God keeps ringing the bell of favor. When they thought that is the end of your breakthrough, the next thing they hear what? They hear a ringing tone of another blessing. They hear another ringing tone. That all that they met, that all that they thought will be your end, it's not something that God is using to elevate you. Because let me tell you, there are many people who are secretly so tired. They are tired of the way you are blessed. They are tired of the way you are favored. They are tired of the way God keep enlarging your coast. That the blessings of God keep annoying them. That they cannot just explain why you are indeed so blessed. You can't say that majority of people are wondering, how come you are so blessed like this? How come you are still what favor? How come everything you do, God is amounting you for greatness? And that is something that is shocking a lot of people, because they can't stop the blessings of God in your life. They can't stop the blessings of God in your life. Despite of the fact that they hate you, despite of the fact that they don't like you, but what shocked them is that they can't stop God from blessing you. They can't stop God from blessing you. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are secretly so tired of counting the way the blessings of God keep increasing. There are a lot of people who are up there secretly so pissed off because when they look around you, they don't see any storm again. They can't see any storm again. And that is why they are filled with anger. Because all that they are seeing is what they never thought they will see. All that they are seeing is what they never expect to see. Because they believe it will be over without them. They thought you will never be able to excel, succeed without them. But God keep disappointing their devices. God keep disappointing their expectation. And that is why they are secretly so offended. If you are new, don't forget to do or to subscribe. You got what I'm saying? God keep disappointing their devices. And this is why many people up there are secretly so annoyed. Because they can't tell why you are so blessed. They can't tell the reason why you are so favored. They can't tell the reason why that everything you do, wherever you go, whatsoever you put your hand to do, you do it, you are blessed. Because let me tell you, choosings, they thought it is over. They thought you will never be able to make it. They thought you will never be able to excel, succeed. But God keep disappointing them. God keep disappointing their devices. God keep disappointing their evil expectation in your life. And they can't do it. They can't stop you. They can't betray God. They can't do it. They can't bribe God. And that is why many people up there are absolutely so sick. Because all that they thought will do it will bring you down. It's not something that God is using to lift you up. All that they thought will break you, it's not something that God is absolutely using to elevate you. Come and see what the Lord have done for us. Come and see what the Lord have done for us. So come and see what the Lord have done for us. It is a redeemer, we will give him praise. Hey, come and see what the Lord have done for us. Come and see what the Lord have done for us. Come and see what the Lord have done for us. It is a redeemer, we will give him praise. You know what I'm saying? So that is why I always you need to understand that everything we do, everything we are going to today, we need to praise the name of the Lord. We need to give God what praise. Because there are many people who were hoping to do it, to see us go down. There are many people who are earnestly hoping to see us suffer. There are a lot of people who believe that we will never be able to make it. But God keep disappointing them. God keep disappointing their devices. God keep disappointing their evil set up. And that is why they are filled with anger. That is why majority of people up there are filled with pain. Why do you ought to be blessed? Why do you ought to be favored? Why do you ought to amount for something without us? Because let me tell you, chooses. They thought that will be the end. They thought that is where your end will be. They thought you will never be able to do it, to make it. But God keep disappointing them. And they keep watching you. And it's something that is annoying them. Because God is not yet done with you. That all that you have lost, all that you have lost in your life, all that you have lost in your in all, God keep restoring it all. God keep restoring the years that the canker worms and caterpillar have destroyed. God keep restoring everything that you have lost right in the present. That what they thought you will never be able to do to accomplish, the grace of God keep sustaining you. Where they thought you will fail, the grace of God keep backing you up. Where they thought you will not win, the grace of God keep opening doors. And this is why many people up there are absolutely so pissed off, because God is restoring the years that the canker and worms and caterpillars have destroyed. That you are no longer only doing well, but you are doing better than you never done before. You are not only succeeding, but you are absolutely doing what? Marvelous. You know what I'm saying? So you are not only what winning, but it is something that is obviously. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that majority of people up there are what are exactly wondering, how do you do it? Is God responsible for what? Uganda? What is the meaning of that question? Hey God. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that there are a lot of people who are wondering, how do you do it? How do you make it? How come you are excelling and succeeding despite of their hating? How come you are able to amount for something despite of their hating? How come you are able to progress despite of their hating? Because trust me, there are many people up there who are secretly wondering, how come you are what you are succeeding? How come you are what you are increasing? How come everything you do is blessed despite of the fact that they hate you? How come you refuse to be a loser like them? How come you refuse to fail? And that is why you need to understand that no matter what you do for these categories of people, they will never appreciate it. If you are new, don't forget again. Don't forget to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? May the Lord bless you. So you need to understand the fact that you are blessed. And it's something that is making a lot of people up there feel so frustrated. That you are favored is something that is costing a lot of people up there pain. Because the way you are favored, they can't do what they can't do, they can't explain. That is why you need to understand, choosings, that a lot of people up there are secretly so annoyed because the blessings of God is making way for you, choosings. That the blessings of God is opening doors. That the blessings of God is what is elevating your life, promoting all you put your hand to do. That the blessings of God is what is just like a shower upon you. That many people up there are so tired of counting your blessings. That the majority of people around you are absolutely so tired of counting what your blessings. Because Kabi Osio is not yet tired of what of blessing you. The Redeemer is not yet tired of what of favoring you. The Almighty is not yet tired of what of elevating you. And that is why majority of people up there are filled with pain, because you are indeed so blessed. You are indeed so favored, and they can't do it, they can't tell why. Because trust me, there are a lot of people who are wondering, how come you are blessed? How come you are favored? How come you are doing it? How come everything about you is blessed? How come you're going out and you're coming in is blessed? How come everything you put your hand to do today is blessed? How come everything you put your hand to do, you find favor? How come where they fail, you succeed? How come where they thought would destroy you, keep blessing you? How come everything that they were thinking that would break you is not something that God is using to elevate you? Because let me just be real with you, choosers. It is something that is annoying a lot of people, because you are too blessed to fit in with them. You are too favored and they can't tell why. That majority of people up there have counted you out. They have counted you out for too long. But God decides to disappoint them. God decides to humiliate them by blessing you. God decides to promote you. And that is why that is why many people up there can never love you, because you are deeply so blessed. Because let me tell you, that is why they're jealous of you, bro. That is why majority of people around you are absolutely so jealous of you. That is why they are jealous of everything about you. That is why they are jealous of the way you walk. That is why they are jealous of the way you do. That is why they are jealous of the way the hand of God keep blessing you. Because they never expect you to be blessed like this. They never expect you to be favored. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand, choosing ones, that many people up there are secretly so angry because you are indeed too blessed. You are indeed so favored, and they never expected it. Because let me tell you, there are people who are waiting to hear that you are not receiving favor anymore from God. There are people who are earnestly expecting, desperately waiting to hear bad news. But God in his own accurate way keep disappointing them. God in his own marvelous way keep disappointing them. And that is why majority of people around you are absolutely so filled with anger. That is why they are so filled with pain, because you are indeed so blessed. Because let me tell you, many people are having sleepless nights. That's why many of us will be thinking that, am I sure I'm blessed? Am I sure I'm indeed blessed? The truth is that you are blessed. You are favored. You are doing great. But they can't tell why. Because akawakaya akajiovane mema, hey, orebubeya kaina bori na goria isidika du kaina tidi atata, hey, akawakaya akajiovane mema, onyamburibuzo, hey, onyamburibuzo, hey, onyamburibuzo, obara maturu. The Lord and now let the world tremble. Jehovah and now let the world tremble. Oh, me marina let the tremble. Oh, me marina let the tremble. But trust me, if it not be we who God ought to bless. Hey, if it not be we who God ought to, if it not be we who God ought to bless. Ooh, if it not be we who God ought to, if it not be we who God ought to bless. If it not be we who God ought to bless. Because let me tell you, there are many people who believe that you will never be blessed without them. You will never go far without them. That is what I was being told. Hey God, if I remember the word, if I remember some statement, I feel like what? I feel like singing more. Many people used to tell me then, something, how will you be able to cope? How will you be able to pay your bill? How will you be able to stand? You can't, you don't know that if you don't do what other people are doing, you will never go far. If you don't do what they do, you will never succeed. If you don't do what they do, you will never progress. You have the opportunity to do all these things, and you are thinking that you are a child of God. Does that mean we are not a child of God? God. That is why I always tell us chooses. No matter how hard life may be, with my own experience, I can boldly tell you, stand only for the truth. No matter how difficult life may be around you, no matter the obstacle that you may be going through right now, or you are facing right now, always stand for the truth. Yes, trust me. Some people do used to tell me, you think, okay, you think that we don't know God? You think that we don't like God? To the point where they start to tell me, something, if you don't do this, we are not going to help you. You will never be able to get this. You'll never be able to get that. But God disappoint them. Because let me tell you, when it is your time, the pain increase. When it is your time, the delay increase. When it is your time, the difficulties increase. When it is your appointed time, the hate will increase. When it is your appointed time, the betrayed will increase. When it is your appointed time, those who are hidden as a friend, many of them, their true color will start to show. Hey God, when it is your time, the delay become tough. When it is your time, the betrayed increase. But when God said this is your moment of you to receive that blessing, whether the enemy like it, whether they don't like it, whether they hate it, whether they don't hate it, even if they gather 10,000 in your right hand, 20,000 in your left hand, whether 12,000 in your front, 15,000 in your back, when God said this is your moment, they all will fall apart. They will fall asleep. Trust me. That is why you need to understand that it is better you stand for the truth. No matter how many there are that may tell you, you can never make it without us. You can never go far without us. Because they are ignorant of what God is capable of doing. Let me be real with you. They are absolutely ignorant of what God is capable of doing. Majority of people don't know what God is absolutely able and capable to do. That is why you should not fit in. Today, if you are working under some people who are so whatever and so bad, you got to understand that majority of masters today are luring some people, some of our youth, to join some of their evil cult without them being aware. This may sound funny, but that you need to understand. If you don't do what they do, they will push you. In one of my work that I did here in Italy, there was a time that one of the masters tell me a word, because I'm that kind of person that I laugh with people, but I don't give you that time in order for you to display your maybe your stupidity, or try to convince me, because I won't sit. I don't even have time to sit with people to laugh or do all those stuff. So it got to a point where this master, he was just exchanging word with them. He said, if something don't do what we asked him to do, we sack him. We don't care. And I hear the word. I hear it. I look at him. I smile. I said, see this one. Who care? I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't care. As long as I know what you are doing is evil, and you want me to associate with you, I don't care. Because as long as my God is able to wake me up, my God is able to to give me life, He can still give me provision and shelter. They sacked me the same work. Why? Because I refuse to do that, and that is not the only thing. Many of my friends who we work together, and this man, is a thief that if you work 20 days, he will remove 1 day from your work. When you decide to go and explain to him, he will give you one story to another. He do it 3 months, 3 times, and I decide to go and work and tell him. I said, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep taking other people's sweat? He started to say, I can't remember, I can't do this. And because of the fact that many of my friends were afraid, of losing their work, they decide to say, something, it's just only 1 day, you leave it. I said, no. This is what wickedness. You know, say, because we are living in a world that is filled with wickedness. And many of them, when I lose the work, many of them start to do what? Mock me, laugh at me. They start not up to 3 months of me living, of me losing the work. The wickedness of that man start to increase. That he start to detort their money, because he see them as a what? As a mugu. He see them as someone that is not wise. He start to detort their money, and they become angry. He pursued all. That's why I always tell us, wherever you go, no matter how tough it is, don't be rude with them. Don't be arrogant, but what? Stand for the truth. Because only the truth can do what? Can open the door. Only the truth. Only the truth. Because let me just be real with you. Those people who will force you to do what they are doing, the moment they are able to destroy that uniqueness in you, they will leave you. They will leave you. They will still need another people because that is how devil keep working. Once they are able to destroy this soul, they will throw away it. They will just leave it. They will expect another set of people to come. The wickedness of people today. People are so wicked. They are so evil. That is why we need to be mindful and we need to be careful, because a lot of people are so evil in this world today, and they are ready to destroy as many as they can. That is why we need to be mindful with these categories of what? Human beings. We need to be mindful. The kind of people we associate with, the kind of people we do stuff with, because many people are using in one way to another to associate many people to force them to enter some certain things that they don't even know that they are doing. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be careful, bro. We need accurately to be careful, because the world we are living today is something that is unbelievable, filled with wickedness in high places, wickedness that you can't even imagine. But all my prayer is that may the Lord deliver his own. May the Lord give us strength to stand in time of difficulties. May the Lord give us the boldness to stand in the time of delay, in the time of obstacles, because the enemies are accurately rolling around looking for whom to devour, mostly when they see that you carry the uniqueness of God, you carry the authenticness of God. You can see what is happening today, both in our presidential level, in different offices, that if you don't do what they are doing, they will start to do what? They will start to maltreat you, treat you like you are nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we need to be careful. We need to be careful, because the devil is accurately rolling around, using a lot of people. Because trust me, he's using many people. Sometimes when you see some categories of people, you just be wondering, are you sure these ones are human beings? Are you sure these ones are absolutely human beings? Some will just be wondering, God, even the way they talk, the way they do, you just be wondering, what kind of human being is this? Does that mean they don't have they don't have conscience? They don't know what is right or what is evil? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It is not over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, it is not over. No matter what you are going through, no matter how many times you are being rejected, no matter what they said or what they are saying also, let me tell you, your time is not over. It is not yet over. God will do what? God will accomplish that which He have automatically promised you. God will give you that which He have already what? Promised to give you. It does not matter who said you will no longer do what? You will no longer be there. You will no longer be able to accomplish that. You will no longer be able to fulfill what your promise, the promise of God. Or you will no longer be able to excel or succeed. Let me tell you, winner will always win, even in the darkness. That's why the Bible says, even in the grave, Christ is still what? The Lord. It is not yet over, because God will restore the years that the canker and worms and caterpillar have destroyed. It does not matter who concluded you. God have not yet what? Finalized, because He is the author and the finisher of all our faith. It does not matter what they may call you or what they may say. The truth is that winner will always win. Losers will always lose. Bless, you know what I'm saying? Those who God will have blessed will always be blessed. Let those who are envy of you, let those who are jealous of the fact that you are blessed, let them keep what? Hating. The truth is that winner will always win. That's why I always tell us, don't give up. The little beginning may be small, but trust me, the latter end will exactly do what? Increase. You know what I'm saying? The little beginning may be small, but the latter end will, the latter will expand. That is why you should do what? You should keep what? Focusing on yourself. Don't focus on those who are hating you. Don't focus on those who are like telling you it's becoming difficult. Let's see how you win it. Let's see how you make it. Because they don't know the thought that God has towards you, bro. They don't know what God is saying. They don't know the purpose of God in your life. They don't know the mission of God in your life. They don't know the aim of God in your life. So as long as they don't know what God is accurately saying, as long as they have ear but they can't hear, they have eyes they can't see, so they will always do it, try to make you feel like you will never be blessed, because they know that they themselves are not blessed. Because trust me, what you perceive is what you will do, set out. Meaning that what you see in you is what you will declare. So those who are blessed will always see you as a blessed. Those who are favored will always know that the favor of God have no limitation. So majority of people know that no matter what they do, no matter how they do it, they can never be you. They can never succeed like you. They can never progress like you. And they will always have reason to hate you. Why? Because they can't be you. You know what I'm saying? So this is all I have for us choosing ones today. If you are new, don't forget to do or to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? So may the Lord bless you and remember what blessed. So I have posted a lot of videos since yesterday. So please help me to share them to as many as you can. You know what I'm saying? Help me to share them. You know what I'm saying? So I have posted up to 20 videos yesterday. Even today I have posted some due to, I was a little bit tired because I worked throughout the whole night. So I was a little bit tired. So that is just all. And I have something to ask. If you know how to do trading, like trading, please, I'm looking for someone to do it, to put me through. Like selling or trading, like Amazon and all those stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how to do it, please try to contact me. Please try to contact me. Let me drop my number below. So my number is +3935 1131 5582. If you can do it, if you can put me through, I will be so grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to learn how to trade on Amazon. So may the Lord bless you and remain blessed. Have a nice day. Okay, wait, let me write it. Okay. 393511315582. Okay. Okay. I have dropped what the number. So if you can put me through, contact me on WhatsApp. I'll be so grateful. May the Lord bless you and remain blessed. Have a nice day.